Warning, this video is intended for audience who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online. William, hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Boy, hey, I don't have an opening segment for this week's episode, you know?
I don't believe that for a second.
I
Not
I kind of use all my opening bit in the pre-recording, you know, right?
Wait, so we were supposed to be record. Oh my god.
But I didn't want to record any of that stuff because what we were talking about might have been very illegal depending on who you talk.
Right. Okay. First of all, how are they gonna? I'm not saying names here, but how are they gonna really? Are they really gonna be listening to this, man? Are they really gonna be listening to this?
Yes, they will. Right? There was some content creator who would publicly, who were in their stupid YouTube, would talk about their shit. I mean, not the stuff I was doing, right? But they would talk about and everything and them, right?
Wait, really? Wait.
Yeah.
How big were they though? How
they were
was
like,
it following?
Fuck. I think I don't know. I don't know how to because I don't give a fuck about content creators because they're like the most irrelevant people for me, right? Right.
Right.
Because like. Look, that's the thing, right? This person has like almost right.
Okay, yeah, but then how?
Yeah, but
how many
this person
subscribers
means
do we have?
absolutely nothing to me, right? From a community standpoint, right?
But how many do we have in comparison then, huh?
It doesn't matter, right? Because our opinions are correct, all right? Right? Because we're in a different. Unlike the other people who create tokusatsu-based content, we are in a different category, right? We are freedom speakers, all right? We are the only one that would talk about January 6th, right? And the U.S. election, right? How come none of the other tokusatsu podcasters are talking about the U.S. election? Or Jeffrey Epstein, or George Santos, right?
I mean, maybe it's because it's not exactly relevant to the content that they're presenting, Austin. Maybe that's kind of why.
Okay, it just sounds like there are a bunch of commies then, you know.
Okay, alright, yeah, sure, that's exactly the reason why, okay?
That's right. We are the only non-communist tokusatsu podcasters on YouTube viewers.
The way you say that, it's like you're telling me that there are like legitimate communist podcasters.
I don't know. I don't watch them, so how would I know? But as an American, I'm gonna assume that everyone who isn't me is a communist, you know, right? Even though some of them are actually from America, so right.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. All right. Yeah. Okay.
But wait, hey, look, I'm a real American, all right? It's like those old World War II propaganda posters where if you don't carpool with someone, you're taking a ride with Hitler, you know, right?
Wait, what?
Have you not seen those?
No, I have. What are you talking about?
Riding with I hope whoever's fucking looking at my search result isn't reporting me. You know.
Look, man. Apparently, everyone's listening to you. So apparently, you know what? You're very likely to have.
Wait, have you not seen this old propaganda poster?
No, I've never seen that at all.
What you would know about this thing?
Well, I don't understand. Why is this a thing?
I mean, it was during World War II, and they needed to save materials, right? You know.
Oh, so like to save on gas and stuff. So they're like, hey,
it's like how they would do tin drives, right? Like, hey, give us all your unwanted metal so we can use this to make missiles to kill the Nazis, you know, right?
Oh, right, okay, alright. No, I get that, but I never see. This one's never popped up.
Like,
it has never popped up, okay? It's never been relevant.
I feel like this is something we have talked about at some point, or something that will have been an interest within our general sphere. Not because we're Americans and we hate Nazis, you know, right?
I mean,
something that we would have generally known about, you know.
Okay, look, it's just never popped up. It's never been relevant to me in any way.
Really, William, a person who has a actual profile picture of Metal Gear Snake right now has never been.
Okay.
Nazis has never been. Something political has never been relevant to you, huh?
Well, it hasn't been relevant to me for a while, okay? You want to know the last time this kind of stuff was relevant to me? That's when the last time this shit was kind of relevant to me. And even then, at the very least, I don't remember seeing this kind of shit.
Is that when the Phantom Pain... Oh, wait, hold on. I think actually that might have been actually when the Phantom Pain came out. Hold on.
No, wait. You mean when the game came out?
Yeah.
I mean, it was like probably a few years after we like I think.
What the fuck was Phantom Pain? 2015. Okay, never mind. Okay, damn. Yeah, Phantom Pain came out. I thought
it came out like 2 years after like. Oh, that's actually telling. I don't know if I want to put that information out there like that.
I'll snip this out. All right, I'll cut this out.
Just bleep it out. Just be like, like a truck horn.
That pops up. No. We have a censor sound, so it's perfectly fine. I use it to censor and all right. So that way, whenever the beat come out, people don't know if we're saying a or if we're saying all right.
Wait, I don't like that you said either. Well, I mean, yeah, sure, censor that out. But I don't want
I
people
use
to
the
think
same sound for both categories, right? It's all about within the given context. So whenever those beep that just happened, people can take a guess on whatever or not we said or we said, right?
Jesus. Oh, I was thinking we could make a game out of this, but I'm like, no, we shouldn't.
How
we really
many
shouldn't.
Can we say today?
No, that's not what I meant. I just meant like you could just bleep out as many words as you can, and then see if people will guess if that's either blurbing out. Well, you see, either way, it's pretty bad. So I'm gonna end this right now.
Oh no, I'm chewing on a watermelon, man. So I can't even get to the segue.
You don't even have a segue. You literally just said we don't have a segue.
Well, I had a segue to our intro, but not a segue for our cold open that we do, right? Man, hey, you know what? Hey, at least we did a better job with this week's cold open. We only spent like 7 minutes on it, right? Unlike last week where we spent 10 minutes on the Petrie front.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It wasn't my fault now, was it? All right, Austin? It wasn't my fault that we had a 10-minute cold open.
Okay, look. Wait. For every cool open that we spent together, that's more we take away from Hitler's time, all right? Right? If you think about it, every moment that we spent not talking about Hitler is a moment that we don't talk about Hitler, all right?
Oh, great, I'm allergic to Hitler. This has gone so bad. Why do we record? Why do we even do this, man? Why? It's just like there's no point. Like, have you seen this shit we talk about? People gotta
listen to what two fucking idiots have to think about a stupid Japanese kids show that airs in Japan. That's right? But that's the thing, right? Our opinions are correct, so that's all that matters, right?
Oh,
and people want a source, right? And people look. Wait. Some say we are the truth social of the tokusatsu podcast space, right?
Yeah, sure, all right, Yeah, I think we're about to make this into a 10-minute cold open. I'm waiting for us to segue at this point.
I don't know what you're talking about. I already did the segue. Right?
Did we do a segue? I don't think we did.
And look, those bleeps that just happened, those were the segues, right?
Those were the segues.
The segue,
Okay,
right?
Here's the thing though. How am I gonna tell there's a segue when I'm not actively hearing the bleep? Because you do this like when you're editing this.
How am I supposed to do? Post, right?
Oh my god.
Hey, it's Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger, episode 13, Angry Spider. There you go. Are you happy now?
Yes, I am happy. Now I know. Now I know for sure that we segued. I feel like we're 10 minutes in and I'm already so exhausted right now. I'm already so exhausted.
By the way, hey. So these stupid little soul gods things that have been in the show? It took me until this song to finally realize what the fuck they're used for in the show.
Wait, what do you mean?
The stupid amber gem things that we keep making fun of?
Yeah, but what do you mean what they're used for?
I finally realized what fucking purpose they served in the show, right?
You mean they're not decoration or just
No, they're not.
representatives
I
of
mean,
the
to be fair,
characters?
they're still decoration. It's when they go into the stupid cockpit and they're piloting the stupid fucking robot. The gems are in the middle of the fucking robot.
Wait, what?
I finally noticed this watching this episode.
They are?
Have you not
What?
seen this? Hold on.
No, it's not exactly a detail that they went
No,
out of
it's
their
really
way to
bad.
show
It's really
me.
a blink. Go to 2036 real quick before we actually get started about the episode.
All right, hold on. 20.
It's when we see Jeremy Baramy in his stupid tarantula mecha, right?
Oh, you mean that little? Really?
Yeah,
That's where it's supposed to go.
Those are the soul gems, or whatever the fuck.
Really?
They have been there since the beginning of the show.
That's bullshit. What the fuck?
I mean, do you want to go back to old episodes that we watched?
I'm not going to do that. I tried going back through old episodes when we were doing a recording yesterday, not yesterday, like last week. I'm not doing that again because that just turned out to be a major waste of time because I couldn't even find the relevant information.
But yeah, I finally figured out. So you know, we claim about these stupid things like what fucking purpose they serve. You know, like they're not usable with the fucking swords in any way. They're not used in any place within the actual sword except to be fucking MacGuffin the objects, right? But apparently that's what they're used for. They're used to be placed in the middle of the stupid fucking mechas. Actually infuriating, right? Now that I found this information, right?
I would have liked
you
to have
knew
known
about
this
this, or you
beforehand.
noticed this, right?
I would have liked to have known this beforehand, just because like, oh, you know, we'll put this here as like, or you know, some magical whippity wop doo-ha where it's just like the gem kind of flies up into that into that little slot for where they apparently go.
Right, yeah. And this was
would have been nice.
Yeah, this is really I didn't notice until this episode about this shit. Only because due to Jeremy Baramy's stupid cockpit design, where it's more brighter, you can see the gold actually popped out, right? Due to the fact he used a way more simplified, minimalistic cockpit, right?
Right.
Yeah, like I did not notice until now.
It would have been very nice to have known this beforehand. I kind of feel a little frustrated on this.
Yeah, I know, right? It's actually pretty fucking insane. But hey, look, 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 the Desmark is sucking the juice out of the bugs. He was like, yum 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 yum.
Why do you have to say it like that?
You're like,
why did this? Can you not do that? Yeah, there you go.
No, I'm just choking right now.
Okay.
My bug sucking was sound got to me.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, yeah, please, let's just continue. Let's move on from your choking hazard and get into the episode, right?
Yeah, we've been in the episode, you know. We've been in the episode for the last 13 minutes, you know.
That's a lie and you know it. Literally 10 minutes of this was like... Literally 10 minutes was just us just talking about shit. That's literally what...
But, is it really a podcast that we don't spend 10 minutes talking about useless information that isn't relevant to an actual podcast, you know, right?
That is a question I do not want an answer to. But, I mean, you know...
as a fellow podcast enjoyer, you know, listener, right? Don't you love it when the podcaster who's supposed to be talking about the Arby's brand new hamburger decided to spend 10 minutes talking about a Chuck E. Cheese down the street instead, right?
I'm assuming this is a Face Jam bit, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, William.
I haven't listened to Face Jam in a hot minute, so I don't even know what happened with their shit, dude.
Oh boy, I don't know. There was just like a Reddit thread about this last week where a guy was making a post, very valid points about, hey, as funny as a bit is, having a bit dedicated to ad reading is not a good bit, you know, right? Like, hey, just read the stupid fucking ad and that's it, and move on. Don't spend 15 minutes talking about the ad. No one gives a fuck about the ad, you know? I get it, you need to pay they're paying you for the ad, but they're not paying you to spend 15 minutes to make a bit out of it. Just read the stupid fucking... I don't give a fuck about HelloFresh, alright? Tell me about how I can get HelloFresh already.
Okay. You know, fair enough, I suppose. You know, valid criticism.
Hey, HelloFresh, never listen to this segment of this podcast in the future, by the way.
Oh, wait, do you want to get sponsored by HelloFresh? Is that what you're telling me?
I would like to get sponsored by HelloFresh, just so that we can talk about how much we enjoy HelloFresh and everything, you know. And what HelloFresh enjoyers we are, as we use this to listen to our weekly unnamed tokusatsu
No, you do.
podcast
No,
on
you do. Oh
Ohsama
my
Sentai
god.
King-Ohger,
Oh
in
my
which he
god.
discusses
I'm
from
so
our
mad.
house.
I'm so mad. Oh my god.
Find the perfect segue moment and drink everybody friend believe that's you a person who doesn't have time to do his home cooking, but thanks to HelloFresh is able to cook a
Are
healthy
you
balance.
kidding me? Are you joking me? We're not even sponsored. I don't think you're even allowed to legally say that, man. We're having a whole discussion about the legality of what we're doing, and then you come in here and start potentially illegally saying that we can use your fucking HelloFresh opener ad? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. I'm so... I said I was exhausted before. Now I feel the dead weight of life and sin weighing my bones down. Down into the pits of the earth. That's how bad I'm feeling right now. Oh my god. Oh. Anyway. I don't even know how to continue. I actually don't know how to continue that. I really don't know where to go from here. I really don't.
All I did was did a segue to the episode, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. And that's what's boggling my mind. We just barely started anything, and then this has happened. This happened. I'm so tired, Austin. End my pain, please. I don't want to be here on this earth anymore. Oh my god. Anyway, we're here talking about the episode. Jeremy Bearman's up to some Jeremy Bearman shit, I guess. Where he's talking, I mean, I guess this guy can just stroll in wherever he fucking wants.
I think for a guy that's been alive for like over 2,000, I assume it's because he knows the layout of this place now, you know, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, I mean, the thing is, the guy's basically made it a point where he's just like, hey, I can literally kick everybody's asses. My whole goal in life is just to unite the two clans together for so that we can go ahead and have no more war and live in peace and shit, right? But in doing so, I suppose, I mean, it just kind of like I get where he's coming from, but I'm always wondering like, why don't you just like why don't you just rule the world and then just implement
That's right,
your
bro.
goal or
The only
something,
way
man.
we can ever achieve true peace is to kill everyone who doesn't want peace, right? Right? Jeremy Bearman wants to show everyone his peaceful ideals, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
That's right,
He wants to show them his peaceful ideals through force,
That's right. That's the only ever way we'll ever have real peace, you know, right? Look.
Yeah, I mean, how else are you gonna maintain peace?
Look, there's a reason why Ba Sing Se never had any criminal uprising, you know, right?
Well, I mean, actually, no, that's actually kind of correct, isn't it? Because he did do propaganda too. He did set up the whole prophecy and led the nations into a certain order so that he could go ahead and, I guess, wrest control at some point. Oh God, I think he is bossing. Jesus. You think he's gonna start inviting everyone to Lake Laogai? Do you think that's what's gonna happen?
I mean, we haven't seen on a lake. We technically seen the world map, but we haven't seen any geographical features of a lake yet. You know, right? You know.
Well, to be fair, we didn't exactly get a close up of the lakes to begin with, right? So, maybe there's a lake somewhere. Maybe it's called Lake. I don't know, Lake Lame or something. I don't come up with names, dude.
Yeah. Look, we're not namers, you know, right? Look, I already have to go through a lot of effort to name every week's episode, you know, right?
What do you mean? What do you name? Oh, you're talking about like how we always have to come up with a fucking bit and then we name it after the goddamn bit that we do?
No. It's just trying to figure what the fuck the clickbait title of every week is, you know, right?
Right.
Look, Lacquey's episode. Hey, look, Lacquey's had a good title, you know, of what was it? Last week's episode title was let's see, but hit someone with her car and cover it up. You right? That's a good episode title, you know. Right? That's the thing, right? It's like I always says, we never lie in our titles, you know, right?
Right.
Yeah,
sure.
Every time we have a title for any of our podcasts, whether it's Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, wherever the fuck random tokusatsu video is. It's a real title, right? It's not some clickbait moment we come up with, right? Like
Yeah,
the
sure.
episode from 2 weeks ago. In that moment, he no longer believed in God. That was a real moment.
Yeah, it was a real moment, alright. Yeah, good to know. But I mean,
Yeah.
anyway, so sorry, that's I hate this. But anyway, let's get back to the episode.
I
I
mean,
swear to God,
we
every
did
time we
in
get
the
sidetracked in
episode.
some way. Okay, we're not getting into this again, Austin. We just went through it once before. I'm not going through it a second time, alright?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that. Anyway, Jeremy Bearimy just basically says hello to fucking Death Rock. He's like, hey, Lamau, I'm here. How are you doing? Oh god, I forgot he does the sucking up things with his tentacles, which is
Yeah,
fucking creepy as shit.
yeah. That was the whole bit. That was the whole bit we did earlier, right?
I'm tired, Austin. Anyway, fucking, fucking, I guess like Stink Bug, there's Stink Bug, there's Death Norok. Death Norok is sucking up some homies because he needs to heal up his wounds and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy Bearimy comes in, says hello. He's just like, hey man, you sure you don't want to like, go for world peace or something instead? You sure? Because I'm here, I'm fine with it. No, here, have the little amber egg that I just have in my possession here, okay? Here, you go on and take it. Go buy yourself a little something nice while he goes, and then he just
Uh-huh.
kind of walks off and just, just goes out somewhere. And then Death Note is like, you know what? I just want him dead. And then the
I
fucking
hate it. I hate everything about him. I've only known him for like 10 minutes, and I hate him so much.
yeah. But you know who he didn't know for 10 minutes, even though apparently he's appeared beforehand? And to be honest, I didn't even remember this guy either to begin with. Was,
Mm-hmm.
what is this bug again? What is he? Like,
You know like his
Gerujim or something.
name or the
No, I know his name, Gerujim. But what bug is he?
man? I hate
But,
the fact that we have to do this every fucking episode now.
uh, yeah, I mean, the thing is, they're always somewhat relevant for some reason or other, so
Mm-hmm.
you kind of have to, like, mention them.
Yeah. Fuck. No. Fuck. What the fuck is this bug's name? I don't even fucking see it in the Wikipedia article if he has a name yet. I mean, fuck. What's his name? How do you spell his name?
Like, Gerujim, like
G E
Geroujim, I
R
mean?
O U. Oh, okay. He is a mayfly. Oh.
Oh, yeah, one of those fucks. Yeah, I remember that now.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I mean, he kind of appears out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then, he's like, hey, man, I know I failed in the last mission, but give me a chance now, and I'll be
Yeah.
able
Look.
to actually defeat the enemy.
Hey, look. Reuse my suit for this moment. Make this cool character now. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Yeah.
but
It took me a while to realize he was a character that's already from a prior
no,
episode.
yeah, they had the whole flashback and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah,
but then
yeah.
he
It
just,
took me a while to like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's who he is. Right. Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I mean, he wasn't exactly relevant because next thing you know, he gets placed in a chokehold, and then, right afterwards, he just goes ahead and, we go into the fucking opening of the show.
Hey, they
Um,
updated the visuals. I was, you know,
I mean, yeah, because we do have the new character that they introduced who's like pretty much turned everything up on his fucking head with
mm-hmm.
because I know you have this thing about like calling him like the Sixth Ranger, but he's not really the Sixth Ranger or something like that or whatever. What do you think he is? Is he actually a Sixth Ranger or not?
I mean, he's an additional. Look. I hate the fucking Japanese terminology. Whatever the fuck Japan to, right? It's really fucking annoying. Right? Let's just for the sake of it, you and me call him the Sixth Ranger, right? You
Yeah,
know.
we'll make it easier on ourselves and shit.
Right. Yeah, but
Yeah, but
they update. He's in it now, right?
yeah. He's in it now, and then so they have him in his little spot and everything. And then we go after the opening. We basically see the strangest opening for a shot that I've ever seen so far in Sentai. Mainly because you have the camera basically in between Yanma's legs, and then you have it so that his legs are framing like Jeremy Bear Me, you know?
Yeah,
Where
and
Jeremy
between us, what a weird fucking shot they decided to do,
No, yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. Because I'm just like I I mean like for framing like I guess it's fine, but I'm just like it's just kind of weird to me just to see him in between like Yanma's legs like that. I'm like, is there you trying to tell me something here? What is going on? Why is this
Hmm.
why am I seeing this?
Right,
Did I
right.
need to see this? I didn't need to see this at all. But like he's over like they're basically having a chat basically where Yanma's just saying, "Hey man, tell me everything you know." And then Jeremy Bearimy is like, being all his usual cryptic self and just basically saying, "Hey man, I am telling you everything I know. Just, I'm just telling you in a very roundabout manner. You got to come out and suss it out, from me. That's
Yeah,
just my
yeah.
thing.
Uh
That's my
huh.
character bit, my guy. You just got to deal with it."
Hmm.
And then so, they're having a discussion about like the sentimentality of objects and stuff and like the importance of objects for certain people. Because you have this whole thing because where Jeremy Bearimy is just like, well, not Jeremy Bearimy. Yama is basically wanting to look at the device that Jeremy Bearimy has because it's like something that nobody has seen ever, really. And so he's just like, I want to know how it works. I want to know its secrets. Why don't you let me have at it and then see what the deal with it is, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And so, but then you get like this whole story where what's it what is his name? Anyway, Yanma's assistant or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, boy. Look. I don't give a fuck about. I hate this fucking assistant character so much, right? I legitimately thought he had COVID or something on set at the beginning, and to realize, oh no, he's just doing this for a fucking bit, right? It was really
Oh
random for
yeah.
him wearing a fucking face mask, right? Hey, I'm not saying, hey, stop wearing a fucking face mask. Hey, right? Despite what the what the UN says, don't trust the UN, right?
Don't trust the UN.
Uh-huh.
So you want to just go ahead and like start distrusting big government authorities? Is that what you're telling me?
Hey, let's never trust the government, right?
You know what?
Yeah,
That's
but yeah, no,
also
it's
a
just
fair
really
point.
fucking weird. I thought it was real fucking funny, right? Yeah, like his
Mm-hmm.
character just randomly had a face mask on, even though we have never seen him with a face mask. Like, oh, I was like, well, what is this bit where we're doing with this character? And then it just ended up just actually being a bit involving
Yeah,
this
because he's just
character.
trying to act like some big old yeah like this big old like scary gangster, and which really doesn't work because his voice is just kind of like not fit for the role of a gangster, you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
And then he's very quickly set on fire. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised at the abuse I'm seeing with these characters up on screen because like we literally had Gira like especially recently when we see Gira and this dude basically get struck by what is probably like lethal amounts of lightning, and
Hmm.
then we just fucking see him like get like even though it's not hot or it doesn't burn, he gets put on fire
Hmm.
right for all of us to see. He's on fire. Like, oh no, look at that, I'm fine. But which is pretty fucked up now that I think on it. But you get basically this whole bit where um, like they're talking about Gin, where
Yeah.
Yanma's just talking about like his old mentor from back in the day, and apparently like Yanma's kingdom, fuck what was it?
Yeah, and
Inksopa?
Neopetopia, right?
Yeah,
Is what we call it.
Neopetopia, right? Yeah. Where he's just like, oh yeah, Neopetopia looked like shit, like
Yeah, it used to
actual
be the
dog
slums,
shit junkyard.
apparently, right?
Yeah, yeah, and so it's just like, holy fuck, how did like I'm genuinely impressed after with the flashback that we have with Yanma, where like you see the kingdom as it is now, and then it's the kingdom
Hmm.
as it was then. I'm like,
Right,
damn,
yeah.
Yanma put in some fucking work to change
Look,
things
yeah, that's
around,
right.
man.
Hmm.
So because like everybody was like basically living in the slums and like in a junkyard where they basically had no shelter or food from what I've seen of it.
Hmm.
And then basically we're getting a tale of how Yanma, being resilient and like overcoming all odds, from his lessons of Gin, built that one simple computer that he has right now,
Yeah.
and was able to turn things
Look,
around for the
all you
better.
need, all you need is a computer to right to create some type of to create some kind of economic growth in your system, right?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, yes, this is exactly what we're learning here. But like we get that nice little tidbit of Yama's past,
Mm-hmm.
and then basically Jeremy Bearimy's like, that is a nice story. I can relate to this, and so he just decides to hand Yama his what's it called
His bug
again?
gun, I don't fucking know. I don't know what the
Isn't
fuck
it
this
like
is.
the Venomix or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
sure. Let's call it that. Right.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah,
Venomix, but
let's check
until
his ancient 2,000-year-old gun given to him by his that looks like modern day plastic toy for small Japanese school children to buy, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I mean, didn't you know toys are the reason why toys make the world go round because they make
Oh.
money. But so basically he put Jeremy Bearimy gives Yama his premium Bandai toy collection, right? Or version of his Venomix toy.
Yeah.
And he's like, "All right, here you go. Go ahead and study. I'm off to do
Yeah,
whatever the
I
fuck
thought
else
it
I'm
was gonna.
supposed to do."
Yeah, I thought it was gonna do like something way more interesting with it instead of just using it as a stupid gag bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was it was certainly a direction that they took. I didn't expect us to have like
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
it
I
called,
didn't
like a
realize this
fart
was
joke.
Yawa's big fucking plan, right? Oh yeah, hey look, we'll do a fart gag with Rascal, don't get him, right?
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, a lot of ways to get back at a guy that you vehemently hate, to the point where I'm certain if he was given the chance to legally do so, he would
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and murder the fucker.
Right.
He decides to go with a fart gag.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand that we're in a kids show,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm kind of like, this is weird. This is not my vibe, man. This is just kind of a weird vibe you're setting for me, dude.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's weird because the thing is, the show is pretty good for the most part,
Yeah.
and like there are moments where it doesn't really takes itself seriously. But I'm like, a fart joke is a really weird turn. That's all I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say.
Right, yeah, yeah.
I don't really like fart
I
jokes
don't
like that.
mind fucking Farjo, but this just really came out of fucking nowhere, right? In contrast to Yama's character, where we see with Eddie involving him, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. And so I'm just like, what? He's just like Yanma always portrayed himself as a more serious character, if anything. And
Mm-hmm.
so like I mean like he's very hot tempered, very what's the word I'm looking for?
Hot-headed?
He's very aggressive,
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
very
uh-huh.
aggressive, but like very intelligent character, especially with all the tech that he's able to make up on the spot and shit.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
then you basically get this weird gag, and it's just like I don't know how else to say that. It's just kind of odd to me that they went in that direction with Yanma.
Mm-hmm.
Like if anything, it feels like it's more Gear's alley,
Yeah, yeah, right.
to
It's
go
more,
ahead and
yeah,
do
like,
something like
yeah,
that.
this is something that you would actually, yeah. Like, so that you think Kira would have done to get back at Rascal, right? Not Yama, right?
Yeah, but then you have Yama doing this. I'm like, weird, but all right, we'll just go with the flow on this because otherwise I'm still enjoying this episode.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm,
like,
mm-hmm.
I guess it's just to kind of like put up some conflict between like Jeremy Bearimy and Yanma because Yanma
Yeah.
is the kind of character who kind of like disregards the words of others and doesn't really. He's just kind of stuck in his own little world, more determined to get his own way more than anything.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
so like with that, I get it, but it's just like didn't have to be a fart joke.
Yeah.
Like it really didn't have to be. But basically, he comes up with that whole plan, and then the assistant's just kind of like, I kind of don't want this to happen because you're going to cause an international incident,
Right,
which is
yeah,
surprising.
that was real funny when you brought that up. Oh, yeah. Look,
Which is
I might hate this character, right?
right,
But,
right,
yeah, but
right.
I think he's actually not an idiot. He's like, oh, yeah, yeah, don't want international incident, right?
Yeah,
Don't want
especially
to
with the
upset the government and everything.
yeah, exactly. But well, the thing is, which is like I agree with his point totally, 100%, right? But I'm like, but where were you when everything else was going on? When there was so many other international incidents to the point where like I think we're past the point of international incidents because they've already happened, and realistically, relationships geopolitically would have shifted greatly by now, where everybody at this point. Because the thing is, like they don't have like I know they say they Sugadam is like the strongest kingdom or whatever,
What?
but like from every single
No,
like legit
no
all the
fucking
other
sense how
four
Sugar
kingdoms.
is the strongest kingdom within this fucking show, and I hate it so much. Right.
Yeah, and so it's just kind of like I'm like I look at it and I'm just like you four kingdoms have like legit enough like to basically go against Sugadam to a pace. Sugadam is like literally this man doesn't even hide the fact that he's trying to strong arm people into doing his shit. And I'm like,
Right. No,
and
he literally
realistically,
threatens fucking Yama too. Who's like, hey, bring me Jeremy, bury me, or else I'll fuck up your kingdom. Right?
yeah, and I'm just like, that's not a thing that flies with any kingdom or country at all, dude. Like, people would basically be up in arms about that shit, where they'd be like, no, fuck you, we're gonna keep doing things our way, kind of thing. So I'm just like, yeah, like, guy, like, he has a point about the international incident, but we're way past that at this point, my guy.
Right.
No need to worry about that. Honestly, every other kingdom should be working against Sugadam to a certain point,
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of surprised at the attitude that he's having with this here as well.
Don't.
Oh, that's good juice.
Yeah.
Slurp.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
so the assistant gets fucking kidnapped. I guess knocked out by
he gets
Goro,
something or other. Man.
by Gorimon, or where the fuck is? Oh, boy, it's gonna take me a while to remember this. Gojiro, where the fuck his name is? Right.
Gojiro?
Yeah, the bug.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember. Just call him the Mayfly. I don't remember his name for the life of me at the moment.
Okay.
But yeah, the Mayfly comes in. He's like, hey,
I
gotta talk to you about something.
Walk within the city like
Dude,
this.
like literally everybody is casually walking up to people. Like at this point, like legit, like Jeremy Bearme casually walked back into the Bugnarok kingdom. He's casually walking up to like Yanma. Everyone casually walks up to one another. Like legit, like when Himeno like goes to Sugadam, like with also Gira is in disguise as Sebastian, by the way.
Yeah,
just
real funny.
a quick
That
FYI.
was real fucking great.
Yeah,
Right.
it was pretty fucking good. But like, they like they're like not Yama, Gira and Himeno just casually walk up into Sugadam, and then you basically get Bobowski casually walking up to Himeno, and then Rita also casually walking up to Himeno too, where they all casually walk up to each other, dude. Everybody's casually walking up to each other. This is not it's just a thing at this point, dude. Like they travel like millions of miles just to go ahead and just say, hey, what's up, dude? We're all here conveniently.
Yeah. And then,
by the way, look at that. Bugs are attacking.
The interaction between Jeremy and Rako is very good, right? Because Jeremy's like, hey, how much of your history do you actually know, right? And what is...
Oh, yeah.
I think it is a very interesting bit, right? Right, in regards to Jeremy's character, like, oh yeah, hey, like, right, because we know that he's been and he has actually been the one that's just been writing the world's history, right? It's alright. That's the thing, right? And look, it's like the saying it says, history is written by the winners, right? Like, how much of, like, the history that pretty much modern day people of Terra, right, or has based their history on, like, how much of it is actually true now that we know that this one guy has been the originator guy that has been actually writing all this for the last 2,000 years, right?
Yeah, and there's also a point where, like, I always thought it was kind of interesting the way they kind of like focused on Rascal for a little bit. Because the thing is, once he mentioned that like they did have this close up on like Rascal's eyes where he just kind of like does that kind of like twitch or realization type of thing. So it makes me think, how much does he actually know and how much does he doesn't, because he like from every single like little interaction that we have with Rascal, or like he always seems to know more than he lets on. Right. So I'm very curious if maybe he already knows what's going on. Mainly because I don't. Actually, now that I think on it, last episode, was he introduced to Jeremy Bearme in some fashion or what?
No. They said in this episode that that Bobowski snitched to him about it, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, because Bobowski has the whole thing with his sister and everything too, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
still waiting to see what happens with that too.
Yeah, yeah. If everyone goes, yeah. And not, hey, it turns out they confirmed this episode. Magicians exist in this universe. There we go. Hard confirmation. Confirmed. Right?
Okay, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad you got the hard confirmation there.
I was getting worried about this, about the world building of King-Ohger, right? It's good to know that
Okay.
people do magic. People do magic in this universe, right?
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
were worried
the
about the fact
realism
that
is
people.
back for me now, William. I can believe this universe now, right?
Wait, you're not telling me this was an actual thing people were complaining about, were they?
No, of
Okay,
course
thank
not.
God. Okay, yeah, sure. But I mean, then again, fans complain about anything, so again,
Yeah.
I really wouldn't have been surprised if that was
Mm-hmm.
the case too. But shit, where were we?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So then the four henchmen bring in the stupid sofa, cushion sofa, where the fuck, right? And
Mm-hmm.
everything, and then they drop it. Yama tries to kick him out, tries to kick him from preventing from getting, but Yama ends up sitting on it. And you like how he falls like a cool guy, right? As
Oh
he did.
yeah.
Right? I think that was real fucking funny.
Also, the lack of hesitation this man says in just drop kicking his assistant is fucking
Oh,
wild
it's
as
true, but
shit
he
to me,
doesn't
dude.
give a fuck. He'll kick anyone.
Yeah,
Or
he just fucking just drop kicks his fucking assistant with no fucking hesitation, and then just ends up like falling down in the coolest possible pose, like
Mhm.
ever, to basically just land on and then just activate the fart gag and shit, you
Yeah.
know. But of course, Jeremy Bearimy is basically watching that, and understandably, it gets kind of pissed off considering the supposed sentimental value that's been placed on his fucking on his Venomix or
Yeah,
whatever
Venom
his
X. Yeah.
spider gun, his spider gun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happens and everything. Fucking Yanma's assistant was just twitching on the ground, and then obviously just reveals himself to be a bug like in that
Yeah,
fucking
revealed to be
moment.
the Mayflower and everything. He's like, whoopsie. Man, good thing you guys already had really bad security, so I guess I could just casually run out, right?
Dude, they always have bad security. Literally anything can literally any I don't understand how Rascal hasn't been assassinated yet, dude. Like,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but
sorry,
Jeremy
I'm
Remy
real
gets
thirsty.
real fucking mad about it. He's like, oh, yeah, I see that the human world still has not changed at any point,
Well, and then he's just like, "Hey, man, you didn't understand from from what very little I told you that it has some very great significant sentimental value to me, and you just treat it as a fart gag." Like, to be fair, like at least in terms of Jeremy Bearimy, I'm like, yeah, I get why you're kind of pissed off, but man, you really should be telling people straight to their face about like you need to be you
it's
need
real
to be
funny
clear.
when he's like, oh man, I can be used it for a fork. When he used it to convince someone that they were on fire, and then he used it to convince them that their personal sentimental object was on fire, right? I feel like
Oh,
he would
yeah,
have
yeah, that's actually very
a
true. That's
big
actually very
hypocritical moment
hypocritical
for
of him,
him,
now, isn't it?
right? What a right? He has
Yeah,
I
he's
feel
a
like he was.
fucking hypocrite.
I was like, well, how dare you use this thing to pull tricks? When I pull tricks with it, only I can do that, right? As a
Yeah.
kid, my parents died, so the only thing I had to survive was tricks. So pulling tricks is sentimental to me, and I can't have everyone else doing it.
Yeah, it's only something that applies to me and me alone, not to any of you people.
Right? Yeah.
I think he's being kind of for one, probably well, if he's gonna be like you people, he's probably a little racist. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway,
I mean,
fucking,
he's half
he
human.
goes
He's
to.
half human. Remember, he's half human, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Look, I'm not gonna get into the fact that there are some people of in minorities that for some reason support white people a lot, or at least white supremacist ideals a lot. Okay, we're not gonna get into that either. Okay, I'm only gonna mention it, and then you'll see what the point I'm trying to make is here. All right.
Right.
Fucking.
Yeah.
People are dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but
Yeah. Yeah, so everyone has a
Basically
little
he has a
fight.
whole fight. Yeah. But this is basically just Jeremy Bearimy, just literally just going around kicking everybody's asses. Just basically, you can't treat me like that, man. Just because I prank you doesn't mean you can prank me.
Yeah,
God.
like, it's just a prank, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, I don't want to be pranked. Let me be the pranker, not the prankee. And so, but everyone else is basically saying, hey, look, we get that you have these things, but like, if you want us to help you with something, at least be clear about what you're saying so that we can help you when doing that shit.
Right. Yeah,
They
then he goes back
literally-
and he steals back all the soul gems from everyone after he goes like and everything. And boy, but hey, I don't know if it's just me or if it's just but the siege. I mean, obviously this is all green screen, right? Because Japan doesn't have fucking Victorian streets and we're not the fucking film.
Yeah.
But did the green screen seem a little off to you this episode? Like it seems a little worse than usual, right?
Are you talking about when he's swinging around and stuff?
Yeah. Like when he swings around. So he does like his little action set piece and everything. It looks really bad this episode, right? And I know that's a lot for complaining about a Japanese kid show, right?
Yeah, I mean the thing is the sets look. I say set when it's really the green screen, but like the background looks fine and all. But it's again just the fact that they're having him like, because all they're really doing, at least the way I can describe it, is that have you ever seen those memes that people have been doing on Twitter and stuff, where like they'll take a JPEG image and then well, all they really do is just click on the image, a little box appears around them.
Yeah, and then they
just
move it around.
The image.
Yeah.
So it's something similar to that.
I have with Jeremy Bearimy's character whenever they do his stupid spider power. I don't know if it's like a legal thing where they can't all right, we can't make him look like he's Spider-Man, right? So they have to do oh yeah, hey look, right? It's like they have to do Spider-Man at home with him, right?
Oh yeah, with the
slip.
because it comes out just like from his back or something, right? So like.
Yeah, I don't know. Like they can't do like the Spider-Man movement, right? Like they can't have him like holding the web, right? They can't have him doing the thwip, right? I don't know if totally.
I mean, I think it's just because they're trying to do as minimal action as possible in terms of getting him to move around. Because all they really do is just basically have him in one single action pose for the most part, and then have webs like come out of his back and have him flying from building to building, right? But I think it's just them trying to do as little as possible so that they didn't like overcomplicate the scene or the shot. But like the thing is the thing with that is just because he's basically just a very still what basically amounts to basically a very still JPEG, and they're just moving him from side to side. It doesn't look great. Like the thing is, they could have just done like the whole, and I'm pretty sure they had the idea where they could have just basically had him like for the most part. And I have to recheck the scene just to make sure I'm not talking my ass a little bit. But they basically just could have taken him with let me just make sure. Yeah, it's coming out from his back. But like they could have just basically had it so that he's basically shooting the web out of his gun. But that requires a lot more movement than I guess they were willing to do. Because like the thing is, they could do that and basically make it fine. It's not so much of as a thwip thing as they're just trying to save themselves the energy of making the scene work for them.
Right.
Which is why I think it went the way that it did.
Yeah.
But it's not the greatest thing I've seen.
Right.
But again,
I don't know if it's like a toy budget problem, right? Where they can't be more have this thing be more active, right? But yeah, it just still looks very jarring at some points, right?
Yeah. It's just it's again, it's not the greatest thing that I've ever seen so far, but I mean it's serviceable. Is how I'll put it, honestly.
Yeah, but Jeremy Bearimy gets real mad and angry. He's like, oh man, I told you guys to stop fighting. Why don't you guys listen to me? Like I said, I like Jeremy here. Look, words does not do it. You need force, all right? No one will ever achieve peace through talking. That's not how peace is achieved, right? People will only know about peace through force, right? And he needs to learn this lesson already, right?
Yeah. It's about time that he did so. Why isn't he just like rolling over everybody, telling him, hey, let me rule by through fear and strength.
Yeah. Also, he steals everyone's swords too, by the way. Let's not forget about that. He also goes, and then he just steals everyone's swords as well, which I think is real funny. He's like, oh yeah, mine, yoink, yoink. It's like
he just takes him. He just takes him. Nobody is able to really stop him because he's just that overpowered at the moment,
Yeah. Yeah.
But
so then the Mayflower eats the gem. He's like nom 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 nom.
Oh, was that what he did? He ate the gem. Can you not? Can you stop with the noms, please?
Nom.
Please no. Please stop. I don't like it. I want it to end.
Uh-huh.
And my pain. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, basically he's just he steals everybody's swords, and then he summons, like, once the Mayfly eats the gem and then, turns big and gets a whole bunch of other recruits with him. He goes ahead and then summons I don't remember if he said the name specifically, but God Tarantula,
Yeah, no,
right?
it's just God Tarantula. That's just this thing's name, right? It's just God
Yeah,
Tarantula.
yeah. He summons God Tarantula, and then it shows that he gets into the bot. So we get a new It hasn't transformed or anything for the most
Yeah, no, it
part.
hasn't shown that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but basically he summons it, and it basically just starts kicking everybody's ass,
Right.
And so once he does that, I mean, it's a short fight. He basically fights everybody, but then we get this, like, short little blurb as he's, like, fighting them, and he's fighting the Mayfly.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I should mention, like, I guess I should mention it, but, like, he does basically just like attach webs to the three greater guardians, and then it just starts
Right, he
controlling them
uses
through that
like
webbing.
fucking Michonne from The Walking Dead, right? Which is that's like the like little servant people like, yeah, hey, do my thing, fight for me, right?
Yeah,
And that was
essentially.
real fucking funny, right? Because we do see
Mm,
his two other, right? It's real quick. It's a real blink and you miss it, but when Kamijin gets knocked out, we see like the two other bugs come out and attack, right? But they don't do
right,
anything in this battle except attacking Kamijin, right?
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, I was expecting more.
Yeah. So he summons out the three other gods, and then he uses them like I said, look. He is showing them peace by controlling them to do his bidding. Right? This is what a real leader does, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what every real leader should do. Don't,
Controlling
don't,
controlling their subjects
don't.
against their will to fight for him.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. I mean, that's what every great leader does. I mean, come on. It's
That's
like
right. Jeremy Burley
it's great
is
leader
the leader
101.
we need, right?
Yeah, and then he basically, again, just basically kicks everybody's asses, and then all the while he's just quoting he's just basically quoting his own fan fiction in the moment.
Oh yeah, I think it's real
And
funny.
yeah, he's just quoting himself, and then
Yeah.
the Mayfly says something, and it's like, I'm not half-hearted, and then he's like, what? He takes notice of it real quick, but
Oh, I
then
think it's real
defeats
funny
him.
when he shoots the web into the sky and everyone just crawls off it for no reason. I thought that was real fucking like, what the fuck are they crawling up? What is he shooting at? What the fuck is this?
Yeah,
What's the anchor point for this thing?
yeah. I mean, it's very clearly the sun. All right, he shot the web up into the sun, and then that's where they're all hanging up now.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they actually have an actual plot point, and he's probably just like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, like,
Yeah.
actually, like, on the ship or something. I have no idea, man. They didn't really make that clear at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's like he saves the Mayflower bug, right? He's like, oh
Yeah,
hey,
they may fly.
yeah, the Mayfly. He's like, oh hey, I think you're pretty cool. I think I'll serve you. I think you should be the king of everyone.
Yeah,
Right?
and then it's
And,
just
and, and it's not
basically.
because you saved my life and you're holding this knife at my neck right now and telling me that if I ever rebel against you, you'll stab me in my sleep and then find out if I have any living relatives and murder them, right? But I think you
Uh
are
huh.
a nice and kind guy who should be the king.
Yeah, exactly. And
That's
then Jeremy Burry's like, you know what? I should be king, but don't worry, I'm the king in between for now. As he looks into the camera, and then just smirks, I guess, and
yeah.
then
Is that it?
the episode pretty much ends. That's
Mhm.
pretty much
Mhm.
it for the episode.
Yeah. Mhm.
So overall, I mean, like, the episode again, it's still a good episode. I'm still
Mhm.
liking
Yeah.
where we're going so far.
Yeah. I do like I said. It's like King Ohsama has been on a roll so far with all of his episodes. There has not been like a real weak episode yet that for me, like
Yeah,
every
I mean,
episode is still we're still slowly world building, right? A lot of questionable things. I mean, there's been a lot of questionable actions and things if you think about it, right? Right
uh-huh.
within
Oh,
the
you mean like
universe,
the
but we're still building up the world up and everything and these characters, right? So there's still a lot of
yeah,
good stuff about it.
a lot of geopolitical stuff too. As dumbed down as it is, there is a
That's what
good
the
amount of geopolitical
Japanese
stuff.
youth loves. Well, look, Japanese kids love talking about geopolitical topics, right? Just don't ask them about Japan and World War II, right?
Yeah,
Don't ask them what don't ask them what Japan was doing in China during World War II, right? They
don't
won't
ask him
know.
about any particular massacres or anything.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not in the textbooks. They're still writing that up somehow, somewhere. But I
Hey,
mean,
but don't
again,
worry. In Terra, there was never a World War II, so it's fine.
yeah,
Hey, don't
exactly.
ask what Sugadem was doing in World War II.
There is no World War II. That's basically what they're gonna tell everybody else essentially. Oh, you think Jamie Bearmy is their version of a revisionist in Japanese history? You think that's what
Jesus
you're trying to tell me?
Christ. Fuck.
I mean, it kind of
Okay.
tracks, right? He's the guy who basically who knows how the history actually went down and decided to rewrite history for his own benefit and gain. So like, I think it kind of tracks a little bit. Oh god.
We ending this now? Is that how we want to end it?
Yeah, Jeremy Bearimy is a Japanese apologist. That's just how it
Yeah,
goes. World
boy,
War
you think
II
that's the main
apologist.
topic? The main that's gonna be the main theme by the end of the season is to teach kids how Japan never did anything wrong, right? Japan was always right.
Dude,
Every action Japan has ever done was justified, right?
jeez, oh my god. If that ends up being the case, I'm gonna have some issues with this show, man. I'm telling you right
I
now.
will, but hey, look, it's a good thing Toei won't care about it, right? Right? Because you know
Yeah.
why? Toei are un-American, unlike you and me in our American podcast, right? In our patriotic podcast, right?
Glad to know. I'm very glad to know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Look,
It's
let's
nice
make
to
our
know.
stance right now. I'm with America, right?
Yeah, I'm with America too on certain things and on not on other topics,
I
but
don't know
we'll
what you're
leave it
talking
at that.
about.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, all right. Let's end it here for now, right here, right now, before things get ugly.
All right. Coronavirus is still a thing. Watch this. Very best. Get your shots. Boosters a thing now. Okay, thanks. Bye.